Okay, I'm back, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with this turn. And yes, my children are back as well. So that's right. I was going to discard this threat, right? I was going to just ignore these wargs and go after the threat. And here's what's crazy. I'll show you. This is a threat I can't get rid of. So it's just saying, better not go near them at all. So it's telling me not to be there, which is crazy because remember I moved her there and then I refused to move her when we had a chance to do a free move. So if I would have moved her, I could have at least taken that free move and moved her there and she would have been in a better position. And so again, this game is screwing me over because the information is just misleading constantly. When have we ever had a threat token that you couldn't interact with? And all of a sudden, this is one of them. I should have clicked on it and seen that. This other one right here, that I can interact with that one. So, if you will allow it, I actually spent a move for her to go there, and then she actually rejected to move for her free move. So I'm going to go ahead and move her somewhere else. And that somewhere else is I'll put her on this threat token and she's going to interact with this one, okay? And I know, you know, you may not like it, but if I would have taken the time to read this, you know, because we always have the right to click on these. And once you click on them, they tell you if you have an option to do an action there or not. That one had no option to do an action. So there was no reason for me to move there, and there was no reason for me to stay there. So I'm at least going to put her here, and then she's ready to deal with this. Okay? So with that being said, Aragorn is there. We have this, and I think we have to take these guys out. These guys are actually a little on the simpler side. These ones are going to be tough, but they're very far away. So I'm going to go with Legolas next, and we're going to attack these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is going to be a good outcome. We have 3 successes there. So this one should be a piece of cake. In fact, it's overkill. Cleave 1, 2, 3, 4. And all the scouts are gone and somebody gets an inspiration. He's getting one by default because he took, because of his on the hunt skill, and he's actually maxed out at 5. So when somebody gets an inspiration, Gimli's maxed out at 3, so we're going to give this one to Elena. All right, so these guys are dead, and then we'll go ahead and interact with this. It's a bakery. The baker grabbed you by the arm. Recognizing you for the sort who solves unusual problems, it came in the window and went straight for the honey cakes. The honey cakes! It must have been a malicious intelligence. So we're going to test wit too. I'm never going to let that one down, folks. Malicious intelligence. It must be because I have a stubborn intelligence. I have an unyielding intelligence. Oh, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, look at this. Fail, fail, and fail. We failed all over the place there. This is a wit test. I only needed 2. If I would have had just one success there. I mean, he's maxed out on his tokens. He could have easily given up one. Here we go. We're going to do, oh, Gimli doesn't even have that thing that aids people. He had that aid, it was last game. Crap. Yeah, there's nothing we can do to help him. So we're going to go ahead and fail the honey cakes. You enter the bakery. Your arrival startles a cub, and suddenly the bakery is a storm of overturned pans and crushed honey cakes. When you emerge empty-handed, the baker's expression tells you just how foolish you look. Yeah. So we still have to do something there. That sucks. Okay, so Gimli was going to interact with that, but now he doesn't need to. Aragorn, of course, could interact with it, and in fact, it would give him an advantage because he's got that, I don't know, he just got something. Oh, he got that new handkerchief that'll let him get an inspiration and be determined or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do Elena next, and we're going to try to deal with that threat token, because that's what she was trying to do last time. Okay, she's going to test Spirit, which is a perfect test for her. And there's 1, 2, 3, and that's all she needed to pass. So this last card was just, didn't matter. So we pass. And it says you control your disgust and focus on the task at hand, and the token is just simply discarded. So that's fine. And then we're going to go ahead and explore, and we'll do a move. So we're going to go here for 1. And we are going to get an inspiration token, but I got to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, she can have 5. A small coracle. I don't even know what a coracle is. C-O-R-A-C-L-E is bobbing gently in the water. That's interesting. I've never... I actually believe that probably is a real word. I'm sure that whoever came up with malicious intelligence also came up with that word. I'm going to look it up real quick. Coracle. It's a small, rounded, lightweight boat of the sort traditionally used in Wales. So that's a coracle. So that's a coracle. All right, well, see, you learn something every day. I bet that was a creative intelligence that came up with that. All right, I know, I need to quit picking on him. All right, so let's bring this back up. We explored, and then we found our tree. We found our man, as they would say in the, it said this is a tree sturdy for rafts. So we got our tree. So do I end my turn there, or do I move her forward? Because Gimli has nothing to do. I'm going to move her forward to here. No. I'll move her forward to there, so she's at least next to the coracle. And I think that's going to be it for her. So we, I think, found our tree, but we don't have the ore yet. So I'm going to go ahead and grab him and move him there. And we're going to go ahead and get this tree. So it says a tree this size requires work and extra hands to fell safely, but with Aderin's minions about, you don't have the luxury to do it properly. Cutting the tree down is a simple enough, but you'll have to rush. You may injure yourself or damage the wood. There are some fallen branches nearby you could collect quickly and safely, but they're not nearly as useful as the trunk. Well, we're going to get the trunk. So we're going to test might, which means Gimli was perfect. Perfect for this. So here we go. 1, success. 2, success. 3, and a 4. Okay, I wasn't expecting that well, but that was really well done. So a 4 is probably going to be a really good success here. You have found a large amount of wood. Discard this search token. And boom, we now only need an ore. So we just need one more thing, folks. So I'm feeling like Bilbo needs to get back in the cave. I really do. And I know that sounds silly, but I'm going to go click on the cave stuff again. This one here is a parchment. Not necessarily ore. This one, that's a little bit off camera here, there's these two things. So that search token down there is a small light glints off the ground. So that could be anything. And then this is a short stretch of water here tumbles through rapids and over a waterfall. Several children are playing in the water. I'm willing to bet that they have the ore. So that's my issue. I mean, obviously this guy's hurt and I would like to help him. But I think we need to do our mission. So I'm going to do this. The road goes over on, which gives me a free move. And then I'm going to do a move of 2. And we're going to go talk to these hobbits. You are concerned for the safety of children, but when you approach, they all produce hidden weapons. Well, that wasn't what I was expecting. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a wit test, by the way. And I had 2 successes already prepared, so this is an easy pass. And I ended up getting more. I only needed 2. So let me show you the screen here. They produced hidden weapons. Maybe one of them is an ore. Convincing children you mean no harm. You compliment them on their quick reflexes. They turn and invite you to ride the rapids with them. I've seen this before. They give me a barrel ride down the river. Flip 1 damage face up, then gain 2 inspiration. Oh, that was not worth it at all. That wasn't worth it at all. Where is this ore? The 2 inspiration. He already had 5. He doesn't even get to take both of the inspiration. So that was bad. Okay. I have to hit end turn. Oh, you know what? The oars might be next to that stupid little boat, that word coracle. I didn't even think about that. Okay, end turn. Okay, the wargs want to move 3 spaces and attack Alina. They can't do that, but they can try to attack the closest hero. 1, 2, they're going to attack Legolas. All right, so his wit negates. He has a wit of 3. There's 1, 2, 3. All right, so you can see it's all fate. He has to... there's 3 damage coming his way, so he's going to block all 3. And it says no matter what, though, he has to discard a prepared card. So I'm going to go look at his prepared card here. And I'm going to just discard this resourceful. Okay, so that's done. There's a darkness step. Bilbo will do this to get rid of the darkness. That's his torch. Threat goes up by 13. All right, we just passed another milestone, and every space is now darkness. And each hero suffers 1 fear. Spirit negates. Each hero who suffers fear discards all boons. And then we have a hungry warg. All right, so a warg is going to show up there. That's an elite one. Okay. So we got to do this spirit check real quick and see if we get a fear. So this is Aragorn, so he's going to have to spend one, and he will, to cancel it. And then Gimli is a 4. 1, 2, there's his success. So it doesn't matter what the rest say. Legolas, Spirit of 2. And then Spirit of 3 for Bilbo. And Spirit of 4 for Elena. She's going to have to spend a token. All right. We are at the rally phase, so we're going to have to do a scout 2. So I'm going to start back with Aragorn. Aragorn's going to have to go first again. He has 4 prepared items right now. So we're probably going to have to either not prepare a second time or... Anyways, let's see what happens here. He is determined at the moment. And so here's his 3. Okay, so in order to prepare something, he would have to discard something. And he's going to discard his well-provisioned. Okay, so we're going to discard this and then prepare this, and then usual suspect the rest. All right, and then he's going to draw 1, 2, 3 because you know he's going to now discard that weakness. And we can prepare one of these. We'll prepare the agility, and then usual suspect the rest. Okay, Gimli is next. One, two, just 2 right now. Okay, those are both successes. He's going to just put those on top. And then he has this he will discard. He doesn't really get to do much more. He gets to draw a 3rd one. And there you go. So he's got 3 really awesome ones. He'll put them all on top. Okay, Legolas. He's got a battle in his hands, so he's going to definitely want to have some good successes. Those wargs in his spot need maximum damage. So here's the 2 he drew, and he's going to, you know what he's going to do. He's going to prepare this and then discard it. He had the room to prepare it. And then 1, 2, 3, these are the 3 that are left. And so he'll put these 2 on the bottom and the other one on top. Although he could guarantee with those 2 that he's going to succeed, because it is possible he's going to draw a stinker next time. But I think for now, we're going to go ahead and discard those. There's a lot of weaknesses in these decks, so it's a cause for concern. All right, now we are on Bilbo. So by the way, we are at 44 out of 65 threat. Because I'm finally getting rid of threat tokens and explorer tokens, we're getting about 11 or we're getting, I think, 12 a turn. So 54, 56 would be the end of next turn. And then after that, we would bust and lose the mission. So here's Bilbo with his 2. So we will prepare this and then discard it. And the quick thinking is actually one of his more elite skills. After you prepare this skill, he gets the Scout 2, and then after you discard a boon, you may discard this skill to gain a different boon, and it's got Sprint 1. You know what, I'm going to prepare, well, you know, I might prepare that depending on what I draw here. So here's what I drew. I am going to prepare the quick thinking and put the other 2 on the bottom. So let's move to Elena. So looking at the situation, I'm going to have Gimli come down and talk to this dwarf. And then we've got battles with Aragorn and Legolas. And then that bakery shop guy is apparently still there. So we could do stuff with it. We can still interact with that bakery guy. So here's 2 for Elena. Same deal, we'll equip and discard, or prepare and discard. And here's the next 2 cards. We can prepare, I'll prepare the spirit one and put the other 2 on top. Okay, I have no clue what to do with Bilbo. There's this thing which annoys me. I don't know if I want to do anything about it or not. So I think I might move last with him. I'm going to go with Gimli first. We're going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to click on that guy. And he has an arrow in his leg, and I need to do a wisdom check. Well, that's going to be fine because I only need to do a wisdom 2, and there it is, right there. These were prepared cards. He still has a 3rd prepared card with a success on it. So he succeeded, and now I have a choice. He lost some bear cubs. So I think that's those bear cubs that are in the bakery shop. And so I'm going to help him find those bear cubs because I know where they are. And he taught me some words that the bears will listen to. So now I got to get Legolas has got to get clear of those wargs. This is going to be interesting. So I'm also curious, are we going to get ores from that? Let's do Legolas first, because his mission is clear. We're going to kill those wargs, and then we're going to talk to that baker. So there's 1, and then I'm drawing 3 more cards that I don't know what they're going to be. And so we have another success. So there's 2, and then this is a dud, and then we can spend 2 inspiration. Now Legolas gets 1 inspiration because he's attacking. So he has 3 right now. And we need to do enough damage to kill those wargs. So those wargs are, that's not the elite one. They have 8 hit points each and armor. So right now we're at 7 hits and cleave. So cleave will just be hitting both, and then 7 will be too short. So I am going to spend 2 of my tokens. And here, let me show you. By spending 2 tokens, I'm going to... I'll have 3 successes here for 7 hits and cleave, and then the 4th success will give me 2 more hits. So I'm going to actually have 9 hits with cleave to kill all these wargs. That's very important for Legolas. Cleave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exactly enough. And he will take that inspiration back for himself. So that was well done. He's actually very low on inspiration all of a sudden. And then we're going to interact with this baker again. And hope we get whatever this baker does. A baker's dozen. So it's again this thing. It's not the word. So I have to test wit again. I don't understand. His wit's only 3. Well, there's a success. We're already better than last time. And a dud. And another dud. So we failed again. However, he does have clever wit. So we're going to do that and get our 2 successes. So screw you, bears. Okay, so we're going to get that as a pass. You find the cub sitting in a happily finishing. You take a fresh tray from the shelf. Gain 1 inspiration, then discard this person token. The cub sticks close to you, still licking her lips. Could this be one of the large man's missing cubs? Oh my gosh, there's another one we gotta find? All right, I'm not gonna have enough time to finish that mission. We're running out of time. And I don't know where else it would be. So now I'm at a point where Elena needs to bail us out. So we're gonna go look at this token for Elena. Seems to be a small fishing craft, test wisdom 2. I'm hoping that it's a craft that has an oar. Her wisdom is 3, by the way, and the top 2 are passes. So we pass this. Okay, so there's a line. So basically there's like a rope that you use to pull yourself out into the water. Well, that's not going to help us. Gain 1 inspiration and discard a fear. Then discard this search token. She had no fear. Gaining the inspiration didn't do diddly for us. Passing that test didn't do diddly for us. We're in trouble. So I get to do an eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This one's closer to Gimli, so I'll go ahead and explore this one up here. And I got to discard this token because she's already maxed out. Okay, there is yowling coming from this ruin. Whatever a yowling is, maybe that's the sound a bear makes. Oh, and then this is crazy. This is a boat oar right here. So we found it. So that means Bilbo needs to get out of Dodge. Unless I somehow think that a bear's down here, and I don't. So, Bilbo's gonna move, and then we're gonna do a sprint 1 to move 1 more, and then he's gonna move again, and we're gonna get rid of this search token, and I think he's maxed out. He is. He's got maximum. So he doesn't even get the token, but we'll get explored. Hearty laughter and loud crashes emanate from the woods. It's a person. And then there's trees that can be used to fashion a raft. So I guess there was another set of trees that we could have used. So there's no point in that. Aragorn's the only one left, and he wants to do something, but look, there's a freaking warg in the way, so he's just going to go in and say, "Hi, guys," and attack. We're going to use Thorngil, which will allow him to draw 4 cards instead of 3. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 2 successes. And this warg, by the way, is elite and needs 10 hits. We're only going to at most be able to do 8 hits. So, but we would need 3 successes to do that. So he will spend a token to get that 3rd success. So we do have determined. You may discard this boon. Yeah, that doesn't necessarily, we don't need that right now. Okay, so we're gonna get 8 hits in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not enough. It's gonna be able to attack back. We're gonna have to do an agility check. It's just mitigate 2 damage. His agility is only 2. So there's 1. That's not helping. That's not helping. Well, that's no good. He does have honed agility, so he'll get 1 success there. And he's going to go ahead and just take a fear. And it says flip it face down, so he will do that. And then for his next action, he's going to attack again. This time it's only 3, because he doesn't have that card anymore. He has to use his might. So there's 2 successes there, which is good for 5 hits. And I think that's enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, more than enough. And boom. Hungry Warg, dead. He gets an inspiration. And his sword allows him to discard a face down fear. So get an inspiration back. That fear is gone. His whole turn is wasted, but the warg is now dead. Okay, if we have to all gather in the same place again, I'm going to be pissed. But we know where the ore is. We just have to end our turn and get through this next phase, which is going to be nasty. So everybody's going to get 2 fear, spirit negates. I really don't enjoy these techs. But let's go. I will go ahead and discard a token. Gimli, we already have 1. There's 2, 3, 4. He's got his 2. Gimli's fine. Legolas only has 2 spirit, and he has this situation. He will discard 1. And Bilbo, 1, 2, 3. He gets his 2. And then Elena gets to draw 4. All right, so she has this situation, and she will discard 2. She's maxed out on tokens, so she doesn't mind. Okay, so nobody took any actual fear from... And by the way, everybody has darkness because of the whole... It told us a while ago. All right, so our threat's going up by 11. We blew past a 50, and as you can see, this is going to be our last turn. Ford the river. There will be no crossing that way. He marks a path for you, a place where the riverbanks are close enough. It's your only option, the scout says. You must cross here. Oh, come on. I am angry. That ore was all the way on the other end of the map. It's impossible. We're going to lose again. So there's a search token all the way here that we have to somehow get to. An Orc Marauder is there. Three Orc Hunters are all the way over here by Bilbo. And Orc Marauder is playing in the waterfall with the kids. And another Orc Marauder is way up there. And he's using a new banner I haven't used in a while. Halberad's Rangers are waiting here to help you lead you to the river. Place a person token as indicated. I don't see a person token. It's in the cave. In the cave all the way over there. Halberad's Rangers are waiting to... Oh, okay. Maybe this is going to help us move quickly. So we have another one here. And another one there. This threat token goes away. So now we're in a rally phase. I don't know what they want from me. I mean, we were right at the spot where we could pick up an ore. And the ore is no longer an objective, so that makes me even more angry. Okay, so Aragorn's going to draw 3. So we'll grab this and then discard it. And then 1, 2, 3. I'll take Thorngill, and then usual suspect the rest. Okay. Next. Family. Do 2. So he's got this nonsense. He'll go ahead and take the wisdom one and then discard it to draw 3, and then this will go to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and he'll take Fury, and then this is my last turn. I don't see myself winning. Where are we on? Legolas. He actually gets 3 because he's next to Aragorn. Alright, so we're going to do the equip and discard on that Ill Omen. And usual suspect the rest. Draw 2 more. We ended up getting this. So he's going to take Tireless. And usual suspect the rest. Okay, moving on to Bilbo. All right, so Bilbo's going to draw 2, and he'll equip the Simple Desires, and then he's going to discard Clever Wit and try to prepare 3. And see, he is in darkness now. So we could embrace the darkness with him. I don't know what good that does for me. So I'm going to go ahead and just prepare the weakness and put the other 2 on top. I'm getting very frustrated with this particular scenario. I think it's a bunch of crap. I sometimes think that the time limits for these scenarios is a tad too short. I mean, I know I could have, you know, maybe skipped some objectives, but I could. Here's the thing. If there's a glint of something in the water that's singing, you know, it could have been a piece of metal, it could have been like some kind of metal ore. I mean, you just can't assume, oh, well, that's not what we're looking for, so I'm going to skip it. And that's part of what I'm struggling with this game, is that it doesn't allow me to explore everywhere and do everything because I'm running out of time. And so I'm a little pissed. I don't enjoy that about this game. So here's our situation with Elena, and I was only supposed to grab 2, so I'm gonna put that card back. So that's my situation. I'm going to just do usual suspects because I'm already full up with Elena, and I'm going to discard her unyielding spirit to do a prepare 3. And this is my situation. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare that weakness and usual suspect the rest. Okay, so it is our action phase. This is our last turn. And it's Aragorn's turn. So let's do some research here and figure out what is happening. So these rangers, by the way, that are out there, they're waiting to help lead, and you would have to interact with them. This thing, which looks like you have to go across the water to get to, the river is narrow. The crossing can only be made if all heroes are in this space. Well, we might as well just freaking end the game now. So there's nothing I can do. There's no way I can get all heroes to that space. I'm all the way on the other end of the map. See, look, I'm all the way over here, trying to find the freaking oars. So, so with Aragorn, I'm just going to move 1, 2, and unleash my anger on that marauder. There's nothing else I can do. I'm just losing. This mission angers me so much. This is a pretty tough dude. So we're going to use the Thorngill to draw 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I will go ahead and spend the 2 tokens to get maximum damage. And it's not going to be enough. We're going to get 8 hits on this guy. Oh no, it is enough. It is 8, right? 5 plus 3, yes. Yay, we gain an inspiration for when we lose. Okay, so he's eliminated. All right, I'm gonna go with Elena next, and we're gonna get the oars. So I'm gonna click on that, and I'm gonna pick up the oars anyways, even though it changed our mission objective. And okay, so we have to pass a test, 2. So it's a wisdom, and this is our situation. So I'll spend a token to pass that, and we get the oars. Oh, and the mission objective changed again. So look at this, assemble the raft. And it said to do it here, but there's no token there. It like, how do I assemble the raft? It's a freaking defect. It was talking about a threat token here, but that threat token disappeared the last round. So I have to go there. I lost. There's no point in doing this mission. None. I mean, I have no way to craft this raft. I'm just clicking on the various things to see if there's anything, you know, that we can do. I honestly don't know. We're screwed. So, I'm just going to hit end turn. We lost. Fine, I will move everybody to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that one is just a 1, 2. I don't know, like, can Aragorn move from here to there? Like, could I have done that? And you know what? Gimli can interact with this, but then that removes 2 spaces. So let's do that and see what it says. So link arms with one another while attempting to cross. They point you in the right direction. Remove this token and place it on your hero sheet. It will help you while crossing the river. I have no idea what that means. So I think I'm going to go back and say that I could do Legolas there, because we can move from here to there. So instead of him attacking that, I could have done that. But it doesn't do anything. We're at the end. I'm running out of time. And because Gimli interacted, not only did the guy not help him, but he's freaking 2 spaces further back. Whoever designed this mission, it was a retarded mission. And I just knocked stuff on the floor. Hold on. Okay, I'm ending turn. All right, so the Orc Hunter is going to try to attack, no target. So he's moving 2 spaces. And of course, Gimli gets attacked. No, he doesn't, he just moves. Okay, this other one here can't find a target, so he's moving 2 spaces onto Gimli. So Gimli's not going to make it, even if we do somehow get another turn. And then this last one is moving 2 spaces like that. And there's a darkness step, but I'm going to skip it for now. Threat goes up by 10. And boom. Lore increases by 3. Each gets 3. The heroes lose. So I don't have any answers for this. That was pathetic. I mean, I did the right thing by branching out and exploring as quick as I could. There was like 4 different directions to go. 2 of the directions yielded nothing. And I mean nothing. And I know that that's part of the game, but there's a part of me that's a little sour about it. That ore, by the way, was just sticking in a hillside with loose rocks around it. That was the place that the ore was at. It wasn't with the freaking boat that was in the water. It wasn't with the kids who were playing near rapids, right? Rapids requires an oar, right? To prevent you, so you can navigate your way down the rapid. There was kids playing with rapids. There was no oar there. It just frustrates me to no end. I mean, and then after the way we lost the last mission, these 2 together, my table's too heavy to flip. That's just how I feel about it. I don't, this is sucking the enjoyment of it. Now, I understand that you can't just have a game where you always win. I get that. But it's how I'm losing that's driving me nuts. I feel like I'm approaching this with sound strategy, and it's still, I guess one takeaway is that the game moves on, whether you win or lose, and it's not a big deal that we lost. I guess you would maybe get more lore and experience if you won. I don't know. So let's move on. Let's see how bad this gets. Chapter 9, we got to be near the end. Adarin seeks an artifact within the walls. It's an adventure map. So there's got to be one more, because I'm assuming we're going to have a battle map for the final thing. And there you can see, and we'll just grab one for Gimli. We're going to get the one that gives him another success added to his deck. Let me do it now before I forget. And then we're going to have to take away 2 of the weaknesses out of the 4 that's in over there. And here you can see we actually have some items that upgraded. So the hero items didn't. The Hobbit rations. It's going to upgrade to Tookish apple cakes or Butterbur biscuits. I do find that funny. All right. So the Hobbit rations are going to go away. And let's find. So there's. Level 1 was extra rations. Level 2 was Hobbit rations, which was the exact same thing. It just had extra charges. There's Breland rations, which we didn't get. Okay. And there's another extra rations. So Butterbur biscuits was 1. I found that. There we go. Tookish apple cakes. Okay, so the apple cakes. At the start of the rally phase, you may deplete this item for heroes in your space to collectively discard 2 damage and fear. So it's a nice healing. And then this one for a hero in your space to become determined. So this heals everybody in the space. This one makes one person determined and heals just one person. 3 charges or 4. I'll take the apple cakes. For 4, Alex. And that's it. That's all we get for upgrades this round. Because we didn't get enough lore, because we keep losing. We're a bunch of losers. And L was tattooed on Gimli's head. And it wasn't even while he was sleeping, but Legolas wanted to do that one night after he got drunk. Oh, look at this. I thought it said it was an adventure map. It's a battle map. This is the final mission, I think. Okay, so I'm going to have to place these battle maps. I still have to deal with their decks and clean up all the pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and hit stop. And I think we have this is the final mission, folks. So we're not going to get to upgrade any of our stuff, which angers me even more. I don't get to go to level 3 sword. I don't get to go to level 3 anything. I am angered to the core with this game. And the whole funness was to be able to get to level 3 something. And I think you have to play perfectly to be able to achieve that. And that bothers me even more, that this is the final mission. I'm not even sure I want to continue. That's how angry I am. I cannot tell you how much I don't, and angry is not the right word. Frustration is the right word. at least let us have our upgraded equipment. You know, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's more missions after this. That's the problem that I'm experiencing here. I don't know. By the way, there's so much stuff in this deck that we never found. Like, well, that helmet, we actually did find the helmet, but like a brooch. There's a map, and there's even a tome. You know, there's all kinds of stuff we could have found that didn't. There's even rope, boots. So very cool. I mean, I do appreciate that part. That's a 3rd level ring mail. This one increases your spirit by 1. That one you just suffer all damage face down. I mean, there's some level 3 cloaks. Look at that, you gain 3 inspiration after setup. I mean, who wouldn't want that? There's a 2 hits and pierce for that one. And look, it's even range, so it works perfect with Legolas. We're not getting any of this. These are level 3 daggers. Has 3 levels of hits here. These are Aragorn's sword. We can do 6 plus 3 in pierce, so 9 damage in pierce, or we can just do 5, 7, 9 in smite, which smite, of course, is the against the whites, the magic armor. And if you ever do 3 or more damage, you add stun. Holy cow. Is that awesome? And look, you can even use wisdom to use this sword. So that means Aragorn can draw 4 cards every time and doesn't need to use might anymore. So this is like great if you're a might character. But look, you can go to this one and you can draw 4 cards. Holy cow. This is an awesome staff one. Look at that, 4 hits and stun, 5 hits and stun, but you cannot sprint. Oh, that's not good. This one does sunder. This is the bow. 5 hits and cleave, 2 hits and pierce, 3 hits. When used to attack, you may discard a prepared card to convert all things into successes. This one, if you have a song card prepared, you get to add 1 success automatically, and you get to do lethal, which we haven't seen, but lethal is half his hit points is automatically gone. So if he has more hit points, lethal's more effective. And there's some awesome axe. Look at that, 9 hits plus sunder and lethal for the grief bearer. And then this one, if you have a spirit character, you can use your spirit instead of your might. That's actually pretty cool. Now, what's cool is Gimli actually has both, 4 spirit and 4 might. And then look, your inspiration limit goes up by 2, which Gimli only has an inspiration limit of 3. I don't think we're going to get to see any of these. And there's some harps. This harp adds stun and inspiration. And then even the war banner gets some nice upgrades. Cleave in 2 hits. Okay, so I'm gonna stay awesome. Just sorry for my bitching, and I'll set this up and we'll see if this is the final mission. And I am gonna be very angry if I never see the level 3 stuff. Now some of these, like this battle axe here, if you can see it, and you need 71 lore. We are in the 40s, just to give you some perspective. We're like 20 to 30 lore away from being able to get this level 3 axe. So maybe we're just not meant to have level 3 stuff. But why did they include it in the game? I don't know. I mean, that's the part that, you know, do you get more lore when you play with less players? So since I'm doing a 5-player game, we only make it to level 2 items. And if I play with a 2-player game, then I make it to 3 because they get more lore since it's just 2 players. I honestly don't know. Little perturbed. All right, thanks for watching. Stay awesome.